Ferrari is into a heavy slump at the moment, and as the season progresses and not only McLaren but also Mercedes starting to get back into the fold, the Scuderia is facing a very tough task to keep up. But despite all this, the team still doesn't lose hope, and there's one key factor that is still on the Italian team's side that might still see Ferrari finish as the best of the rest. The development war in Formula 1 in 2024 has centered around whether car updates are considered upgrades or downgrades. Teams like McLaren, Mercedes and Haas have seen positive results from their updates, helping them make progress. However, teams like Aston Martin, Red Bull and Ferrari have faced unintended consequences from new parts, leading to competitive challenges and a need to understand what went wrong. For Ferrari, the issue revolves around the new floor introduced as part of an upgrade for the Spanish Grand Prix. While the new parts provided more downforce, especially in low-speed corners, they also caused a return of bouncing in fast turns, hindering the team in recent races. At the British Grand Prix, Ferrari conducted a floor comparison across both cars to determine the best solution, ultimately deciding to revert to the Imola specifications. This move was beneficial for Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc at Silverstone, but the team needs a more permanent solution moving forward. More critically, Ferrari must understand why the update delivered to the track did not perform as expected. Without this understanding, further progress will be difficult to achieve. Also for Ferrari, Silverstone 2024 was just like Zandvoort 2023. Nearly a year later, Ferrari found itself needing to replicate the strategy from the Netherlands last season, sacrificing a Grand Prix to regain competitiveness in subsequent races. The introduction of the new aerodynamic package in recent races has pushed the team out of contention for wins and podiums, making Ferrari the second best team and close to Red Bull in fourth place, behind both McLaren and Mercedes. This setback disappointed fans of the prancing horse and those who worked tirelessly all year to break the nearly 20-year title drought and bring World Championship back to Maranello. The British Grand Prix was the chosen event for Ferrari to conduct the necessary tests to identify the issues caused by the new components, and this decision appears to have been fruitful. Last year, we experienced exactly the same situation, almost at the same stage of the season: Silverstone, Budapest and Spa. We stopped at Zandvoort. At that point, we did a good analysis of the situation and recovered well, because in the following weeks we were in the game with the best, said Frédéric Vasseur, Ferrari's team principal, at the end of the British race. Carlos Sainz expressed the difficulty of not having real tests available to solve or understand problems. He highlighted the challenge for a team to compromise or sacrifice Friday sessions, knowing that time is being wasted during the weekend, to focus on the medium term. He emphasized that this decision is very difficult for the team because starting the weekend in such a manner, especially at Silverstone due to the weather, puts them in a difficult situation. Despite knowing this beforehand, it was even more challenging on Saturday morning when they had to use wet tires. However, he believes the decision made before the weekend was the right choice. At Maranello, at least under Frédéric Vasseur's management, most of the updates in the single-seaters have worked. This year, however, the package made for the first part of the summer played against the team. Frédéric Vasseur, however, does not make a drama out of it, saying the upgrades in the last 16 months have worked. I can't speak about 2021 or 2020, but over the last 16 months, all the upgrades that we have brought have had very good correlation with what we did in the wind tunnel, he said. It has been one of the assets of the team last year to bring small upgrades, and each time it was paying off. This one we had an issue, but it is not that we have an issue that is the end of the world. The major upgrade package on the Ferrari SF-24 this year has faced integration challenges, resulting in the car porpoising at high speed. This issue is not due to a mismatch between simulator and on-track data, but rather because the upgrade works too well for the existing platform of the SF-24. Ferrari has successfully generated more downforce with a new package, which includes a completely new floor and diffuser. However, the current suspension configuration, both front and rear, cannot adequately handle the increased downforce levels, even though the original suspension setup provided good balance. Since the reintroduction of ground effect in 2022, the efficiency of the aerodynamic concept, which generates most downforce under the car, relies on an equally efficient suspension configuration to counteract bouncing. At Ferrari, the increased downforce has upset this balance, and it is questionable whether the existing concept can compensate for this on the suspension side. The suspension of an F1 car is such an integral part of the overall concept that even small adjustments have a major impact on performance. While Ferrari achieved its goal of generating more downforce, it may not have anticipated the resulting trade-offs. The phenomenon of porpoising is extremely difficult to simulate, meaning Ferrari could only realize it had missed a mark once the car hit the track. A reason, however, that might go against Ferrari's favour is the departure of Enrico Cadile. His move to Aston Martin has been rumoured, but was decisively denied by those close to him. The final decision, complete with signature, was made last week, catching Ferrari off guard, especially since they had renewed his contract for another 2 years just a few months ago. Enrico Cadile did not have a deputy, leaving Ferrari at an impasse. Frederic Vasseur is currently handling his role on an interim basis while awaiting new appointments. Loic Serra from Mercedes will join on October 1st, though he's not a technical director. At Mercedes, he oversaw performance development, and at Ferrari, he will be responsible for aerodynamics and track operations. However, the technical director role demands a broader skill set to maintain an overall vision of the project. Within the team, Diego Tondi, the head of aerodynamics, is the closest candidate for this challenging role, though it is a significant step for him. There remains hope that Adrian Newey will accept the position, but the risk of this not happening is high. There is even a rumour that Adrian Newey, in agreement with Stroll, called Enrico Cadile to Aston Martin. Meanwhile, Ferrari has regressed, producing nothing fruitful since the Imola GP on May 19. The departure of the top technical leader comes at a critical time for development, and the 2025 Ferrari project, known as the Hamilton Ferrari. The team is currently divided, and the arrival of Belgian Jerome D'Ambrosio as deputy team principal on October 1st is causing friction among the pit wall team. Frederic Vasseur has not altered the organizational structure since his arrival in January 2023, maintaining the structure designed years ago by Mattia Binotto. Personnel changes have only been made to cover gaps left by departures, such as Laurent Mekies and David Sanchez. Ironically, Mercedes is becoming competitive again under the technical direction of James Allison, who Ferrari let go in 2016, and McLaren is succeeding with an ex-Ferrari man, Andrea Stella, as team principal. Now, it is up to Fred Vasseur to resolve this severe crisis. Many believe he's very capable, and this is his chance to prove it. The week off before heading to Budapest for the next round of the 2024 Formula 1 Championship, the Hungarian Grand Prix, will be very useful to assess the situation in Maranello. Silverstone should have clarified what the problems were regarding the Barcelona package and what aspects need correcting. Meanwhile, time is running fast and rivals are closing in. As we said earlier, it's almost certain that McLaren will pass Ferrari in the constructors' standings, but looking ahead after the summer break, the Mercedes threat is also beginning to materialize. Ferrari have a tough task ahead of them, and we will see if this is indeed the team that made a champion like Lewis Hamilton join without any major hassle. Or is this the same mediocre Maranello side which we have gotten used to in the past few years? Let us know down in the comments. Do you think Ferrari can bounce back? Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.